the Poles are bad in opposition because they don't stick to the point. They dislike each other. In England, in Great Britain, the Parliament, the opposition, have a respect for the government. They basically see their point. They have to oppose because that's their job, but it's done in a certain sort of gentlemanly manner. In Poland, they really hate each other. And if you are at the extreme of the thing, the hate is absolutely palpable. And this business of personalizing an argument, getting offended, getting irritated that somebody doesn't agree with you, is very Polish. And that is the thing that I find extremely difficult to bear. I certainly am not anglicized because I always, but I'm not also Polonized because I'm somewhere in between. When I go to Poland, I feel like a foreigner who speaks Polish. And when I am in England, I feel like a foreigner who speaks English. But basically, I don't belong anywhere. And that sort of state of suspension gives me the advantage of seeing things that other people don't see. The opportunity that Poland has now is unique. I think we can safely go back to the plague, the years of the plague, where Europe was absolutely shattered and dying of hunger because the plague was, Poland did not have the plague and basically cashed in on the fact that they were the sole producers of agricultural products and had basically a monopoly for things to eat. And that was in the 15th, 16th century, which was years ago. The next opportunity is about now. We are in the unique situation of having an advantageous geographical position. Poland is between East and West, on the side of the West, but understands the East. I know I experienced it myself when I was in Russia, that I was considered to be a Westerner. And yet, I could argue with the Russians on level terms, understanding their point of view, and I was never actually caught out through lack of knowledge of how their minds work. That was an open book to me. So that advantage remains. Most of the Poles have got that. That's number one. Number two, communism has left a very well-educated nation. The number of people who went to university under communism was higher than anywhere else in Europe. So my faith in Europe is basically zero. I haven't got any. This latest Lisbon agreement is an absolute, complete, runaway disaster. And it's beginning now to show itself for what it is. We've bailed out Greece. We're going to bail out Ireland, bail out Portugal, bail out Spain. But the real thing is going to be the bailing out of Italy, which in my view is going to really rock the boat. Because I used to do a lot of business in Italy. I have a lot of friends in Italy. I speak Italian fluently, and I love them to bits. But I don't trust them one single iota. They are the most charmingly, disastrously dangerous people. And when they go down, they will sink the whole lot in one fell swoop. And no amount of German money is going to save that. So you see, you can't say that in Poland. today, if you say that to the Poles, they don't take you seriously. You can't possibly be right, because that was always the ambition of Poland, is to belong to the West. At last, that was recognized in the fact that they were accepted. So that is the one thing that dims my optimistic view of Poland within Europe. Europe is going to go through a most terrible crisis very, very soon. It will probably lead to a reversal. Deutschmark is going to be recreated as a defensive measure against the Italian disaster, and so other people are going to be sort of more or less doing their own way, not to sink on the same ship. So if I were a politician, I would certainly delay anything in that direction that was possibly capable of delaying. So my belief in the optimistic belief in the future of Poland is based not on the participation in Europe. That has happened already. It gives the Poles that ticket of happiness, but in truly it's basically is a poison chalice. It's something that is going to be extremely unpleasant.